Brett Cooper has unfollowed the show, unfollowed this individual who's taken her spot at the show. And that doesn't seem amicable, right? Again, the dust up with Candace and the dust up with Steven Crowder were quite public and quite violent, metaphorically. And this seems to be, again, something that isn't super amicable, or at least has the tinge of something more going on here. That's what everybody's sensing.
Benny Johnson gives his thoughts and theories onto the whole Brett Cooper Daily Wire situation, brings up how there always seems to be these gag orders, and he just wonders aloud, like all of us here, what went down between the two parties. Let's see what Benny Johnson has to say.
Is going on right now inside of the Daily Wire. We're going to be talking about some of our friends today. I'm not really friends, but people who we've met professionally that we like. Brett Cooper is one of them. She just couldn't be nicer. The one time we met her. And some of the people at the Daily Wire are friends and colleagues we've known for a long time. But the Daily Wire is often a place of controversy, and a lot of people have some very hot takes about the place. Some of it is inspired by Steven Crowder and the blow up with Steven Crowder's deal and contract negotiations with the Daily Wire that became quite public and shocked quite a few people. And some people were also shocked at the Candace exit from the Daily Wire, but this isn't the only exit that's going to make a lot of news. In 2024, what came as a shock to most of the internet was that Brett Cooper left her very popular show called The Comment Section just a few days ago. Now, I wasn't going to comment on this because, quite frankly, it's just none of my business, and I don't really have a dog in this fight necessarily. But then I did an AI search for Brett Cooper on Grok AI, and I realized that Grok was giving me rom-com from the 1990s Dawson Creek Brett Cooper. I was like, what's going on here? Very interesting. Brett Cooper, are you a Dawson Creek's cast member? The mystery gets worse. You have to actually draw female Brett Cooper to actually get Brett Cooper as you and I know her. But you can solve everything by just saying draw Ben Shapiro with long brown hair. There you go. They could have just swapped her show out with Ben in a wig. That's all you needed. You just have to take some estrogen pills and you got yourself a new Brett Cooper. They could have solved themselves.
That would have been pretty funny. I don't know why they didn't do that as an April Fool's joke one year, like the Daily Wire, where Ben Shapiro just goes on the comment section in a wig and just tries to host it as Brett and see if anyone notices. I think that would be pretty funny. Well, would have been pretty funny.
A lot of drama at the Daily Wire. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This was the announcement made a couple of days ago. It's got nearly 10 million views here on X. And it's got a million more views on YouTube. It's true, I'm leaving the Daily Wire, and here's what you should know. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because it's quite interesting in the ecosystem. We play and obviously work inside of the same YouTube conservative media ecosystem. However, we are 100% independent as a show. And the Daily Wire has, obviously, their own model, right? Which is far more of like a franchise model. And so the way that other people run this model is, I think, interesting to us and to many people online and their personalities, like Brett Cooper, Matt Walsh, like get obviously big fandoms, and people like them and really like their content. I'm included in those people, right? So it's like, what's going on exactly when Brett Cooper says I'm leaving the Daily Wire? Here's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Her final sign-off from the show, Brett Cooper says, I'm out of here.
Some of you have heard the rumors online, and the rumors are mostly true. Today, December 10th, will be my last day hosting the comment section and working for the Daily Wire. It is not true that I am being forced out. It was my own choice to leave. And believe me, this is bittersweet. I have had the most unbelievable 3 years helping to craft the show, building this community, and telling stories and sharing the truth every day. Through the comment section, you all have made me braver, more articulate, more thoughtful, more hopeful than I could have ever imagined. And I'm grateful that we spent this time together. And I'm grateful that the Daily Wire gave us a platform to grow this community. But at this point in my life, I am ready to take on a new direction, both personally and professionally. This
is what she says. So I made a decision to step away from this show. Okay? And she says, you know what? No hard feelings, but I'm out of here, right? which was an interesting move. I mean, again, like, this is a successful show, and it's got 4+ million subs on YouTube, and it's done well, right? And it's got a loyal fan base. Brett Cooper signing off.
Cannot come soon enough. January 20th can't come soon enough. So with that, guys, I am going to head on out. Thank you so much for building this amazing channel and this amazing community with me. I'll see you guys soon. We'll stay in touch.
So the interesting part about this that I find particularly fascinating is that many people said that this was going to happen well ahead of the moment that it happened. The word is they're forcing Brett Cooper out of the way, says Ian Carroll. Well, it turns out that he was right. He relied on a number of anonymous sources saying that this was going to happen, right? Well, I mean, the results speak for themselves. She left a couple days later, right? The rumor mill was right on this one. What is the exact reason why Brett Cooper left the Daily Wire? We don't know. I'd like to find out. It's not that I haven't asked. It's just that everybody has been locked down by, contracts, threats of lawsuits, and so on.
He has the Tim Pool tweet posted right there. See how Tim Pool right there, I don't get why anyone would be mad. It's not like Brett can't keep doing videos. It's that kind of like, oh, I don't know why anyone would be mad is why I think that there's something going on between him and the Daily Wire.
All that Candace Owens had a gag order put on her by a judge when she was popping off on the Daily Wire. So this is something they can and do in these kind of situations. So them's the breaks, right? I wish it was more forthcoming about what actually happened, but according to the public statements, everyone just went their separate ways after what seems to be a disagreement. And it has to be a disagreement because clearly these kind of things don't blow up on their own, right? Tim Pool saying, this is obvious contract stuff to me. Brett wanted more money. Daily Wire didn't want to pay. Impasse. I don't get why everybody would be so mad. It's not like Brett can't keep doing videos, and she could do another show in the space. Now, what Tim is sharing here is the new Brett Cooper, who has been replaced on the pretty much the same set, I believe, or a very similar set. Apparently, she got acting classes to look just like, to act and talk just like Brett Cooper. Her name's Reagan, and she was Brett's maid of honor, and somebody who was very close to her. She worked on the show for like 3 years, for quite a while. Now, I don't know this person. Never met this person. I got nothing against really anybody here. Again, I have no dog in this fight. But I will tell you that given the fact that the show is called The Comment Section, it behooved us to head on over to the comment section because this is Reagan's first show. Apparently, and we checked this, and it seems to be true, Brett Cooper has unfollowed the show, unfollowed this individual who's taken her spot at the show. And that doesn't seem amicable, right? Again, the dust up with Candace and the dust up with Steven Crowder were quite public and quite violent, metaphorically. And this seems to be, again, something that isn't super amicable, or at least has the tinge of something more going on here. That's what everybody's sensing. And the reason why everyone's sensing that is because, well, it happened very abruptly. It happened very quickly, and because there is a very devoted fan base here, right? Again, 4+ million subs. It's a big channel, okay? It's just no other way to say it. It's a big channel. We're working on 3 million subs, and we love you, by the way. Huge hearts for you.
Yeah, so it just leaves more unanswered questions, and there's the whole debate that there always seems to be these NDAs. They're always locked up by NDAs, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it's necessarily an evil thing. Sometimes it can be used for evil, but in other cases, I think the Daily Wire and other companies just want to prevent ugly public situations that could tarnish the company. And by the way, too, it could also make Brett Cooper look bad if she came out in public and just, lashed out, because it could just get ugly and it could prevent an ugly situation from happening. But I'm glad Benny Johnson agrees here that it doesn't seem amicable, Because there's a lot of defenders of the Daily Wire out there that are like, oh no, it was just a mutual parting of ways. She wants to go on and raise the family on her farm. It's like, no, dude. Like, clearly, this wasn't just a peaceful, conscious uncoupling, as like a Gwyneth Paltrow would like to say, where they just, oh yeah, Brett Cooper was like, yeah, I just want to go out and do other stuff. And Daily Wire was like, oh, okay, yeah, good luck. Like, no, clearly there is some shady stuff going on. And everyone's thrown out their theories already. Benny Johnson just threw out his theory. But there is no evidence to support that this was just a peaceful thing. Why would Brett Cooper then delete all the photos with her and Reagan? Why would she unfollow? Why wouldn't there be like a transition video? Why does Brett Cooper not seem happy when she's doing her final video? I'm not saying she has to be cheerful, but she doesn't seem like, oh, this is like a bittersweet or this is like a sad thing, but I have to do it because I have better opportunities out there for myself. And like, no, it was clearly like she comes off like she's a little bitter, like she's a little upset, and not in the, oh, it's always sad when you have to say goodbye type of way. No, she's upset because something went down. So I don't know if, because of these NDAs, if we'll ever know the details, if we'll ever know the cheeseman, if you will, the gossip, the scoop, the tea, if you will. I don't know if we'll ever know that. All I know is that currently Reagan's subscribers are going down and Brett's are going up. But what do you guys think about what Benny Johnson had to say? Sound off in the comment section below.